What is good, YouTube, and welcome back to a brand new video. Back here today on the Madden Rebuild channel, here with another Madden 25 rebuild, as today we're going to be doing the Chicago Bears. Before we get into today's video, make sure you guys drop a like on this one and subscribe if you are new to this channel. As always, greatly appreciated. We've already done a couple rebuilds already here on Madden 25. This is our third one so far, and now we're going to be doing the Chicago Bears. We've done the Broncos, and we also did the Panthers. So let's take a look at the Chicago Bears roster. Obviously, they come off having the #1 overall pick in Caleb Williams. He's been a little rough to start, but I do think that'll change. So let's just go ahead and take a look at our best lineup. So as you can see, Caleb Williams will be the quarterback throughout the video. I have no doubt in my mind that we'll continue to roll with him. We got Keenan Allen, we got DJ Moore, Rome Odunze, you got Swift, Khalil Herbert, you got Broderick Jones, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. That's Braxton Jones, my apologies. So Braxton Jones on the left side, and then I must be thinking of another player. Jenkins, Shelton, Nate Davis, Wright, and then Cole Kmet and Gerald Everett as your tight ends. And on the defensive side of the football, you have your cornerstone and Jalen Johnson, Kevin Byard, who's a really solid player, Tremaine Edmonds, and TJ Edwards, Montez Sweat, of course, who they got from my Commanders. So a very solid team. There's still some things we could patch up, but I do believe the Bears are intriguing at the very least. So we are going to go ahead to my year #1 without us touching anything. I kind of just want to see how this team will do according to Madden. Of course, they start off the season 1-1. You get to play the Colts in week 3, so we'll see how that ends up going for them. But let's go ahead, similar to the end of year #1 with Caleb Williams under center, and let's see if this team ends up making the playoffs or not. So at the end of year #1 with Caleb Williams leading the way, we go 6-11. So we are not a playoff team, unfortunately for us, but we do end up, I guess, having a better record than I started with the last two videos. So if you take a look at the player stats in the season, I'm hoping to at least have seen some progress for Caleb. I guess not really progress because this is a rookie season, but offense was 29th in the NFL and defense was 11th. So Caleb was with 20 touchdowns and 14 interceptions. Rushing wise, you had Swift with 1,000 yards on the ground. DJ Moore, 970 yards. Keenan Allen was 760. And Rome Odunze was 632. And on defense side of the football, you have 9 sacks from Darrell Taylor. You had 8 from Montez Sweat. And then 4.5 from Jervin Dexter. You also had some from TJ Edwards, Tremaine Edmonds at 3.5. And then interceptions. You had TJ Edwards with 4. Tyreek Stevenson with 3. 3 from Jalen Johnson and 2 from Jonathan Owens, 1 from Tremaine Edmonds, 1 from Noah Sewell, and 1 from Kevin Byard. All right. Well, clearly we're not a playoff team, so let's just go ahead and get straight to the resigning stage where we could start this offseason for the Bears. It's actually insane to me that Madden hasn't fixed the draft class thing. They're kind of worse than 2K, EA Sports, that is. I don't get it, but whatever. We're at the resigning stage. We just saw we went 6-11, so let's go ahead and figure out who needs to be brought back. So we got Keenan Allen on. Ooh, this one's interesting. Do we bring back Keenan Allen? 87 overall. It will cost quite a bit of money to bring him back, but we'll look at some of the other options first. So I do want to keep Tevin Jenkins around, so we're gonna go ahead and try to resign him and keep this offensive line intact as much as possible. So he's gonna test free agency, which kind of sucks because I really wanted him back. Khalil Herbert as a backup, I don't mind at all. So we're gonna try to keep him around as well. And we do have Rashawn Johnson as well waiting in the wings, but I don't mind bringing back Khalil Herbert. Darrell Taylor was pretty solid for us this year. Also went up to a star development the end, so we'll absolutely bring him back. And then we also are going to, that's it. After that, there really isn't much else after that. So I'm going to go ahead and, do I want to resign Keenan Allen is the question. If I do, it'd probably be for 1 year. I'm going to be honest. So I'm going to sign him back for a 1-year contract. He's going to test free agency though. I'm totally okay with that. Maybe we go in a different direction. We're not going to franchise tag either of them. I just don't think they're worthy of that. So now we go into free agency. We plug the holes, and we'll see what we could address in free agency. So we have made some offers in free agency, and these are the 5 guys we're targeting right now. One thing we do know about the Bears right now is the interior of their offensive line isn't great. So I'm trying my best to get Ryan Kelly, but we are in a competition with the Green Bay Packers for that. I'm trying to get Tevin Jenkins back. I'm trying to grab Rasul Douglas as another corner. I'm going to get Elijah Moore as our 3rd wide receiver instead of just resigning Keenan Allen. And I am trying to get Joe Tryon-Shoyinka as well. So we'll see if we get any of these guys. My main priority, though, is upgrading this interior of this offensive line. So I am going to go up to a friendly offer. I don't know. Do I want to offer that much for Tevin Jenkins? I'll go player friendly, I guess. We'll up our offer on him, and I don't know if that's going to change anything. And then Ryan Kelly, I've already made a sweet offer. I do really want to snag him for this offensive line, but if we don't get him, I guess it is what it is. So Ryan Kelly, Tevin Jenkins, we'll just go ahead and submit this offer, or submit those offers, and we are going to get Ryan Kelly, Rasul Douglas, and Elijah Moore. So we do not get Tevin Jenkins back, which really sucks. Really wanted him back, but it is what it is. We lose him. So if we go look at maybe a left guard, so Isaiah Wynn is here as well, which may not be a terrible replacement. We got Drew Dahlman, Kevin Zeitler. Kevin Zeitler wouldn't be too bad as a vet, I guess, for now, and then maybe we could draft one. So I am going to go for Kevin Zeitler here, and maybe we can get him to come to the Chicago Bears, and then we'll have Tryon Troyanka that we're still going for. But low-key, I'm kind of already looking at it, and I wouldn't mind if we didn't get him. So we're like his less, least, he's not really interested in coming over to us. So not even going to worry about him. Instead, D-tackle definitely needs some help as well. So I'm going to just go and sign Puna Ford to a 1-year deal. Like, it's not great by any means, but just to get some depth there, I'm going to offer him, and we'll see if we do get him. So he's got 2 other offers, so he may not come to us, but Zeitler, Ford would be pretty solid, and we do get both of them. So not a bad free agency class. We get our guard, we get our center. We got Rasul Douglas, and then Puna Ford. So not too shabby. And then one thing we have going for us as well is Rome Odunze went up to Superstar Dev. You got Kill Williams as Superstar X Factor. And then you also have Swift as Superstar, which is nice. So now we just grabbed what we did. This is kind of what it's looking like now. So you have Zeitler, Nate Davis. So, getting Ryan Kelly, I think, is awesome. Rome Odunze, Elijah Moore, and Elijah Moore and DJ Moore. So I have 2 Moores now. And then defensively, we do get, like I said, Puna Ford, nothing fantastic. And we do get Rasul Douglas to add to this cornerback room. And we do need a left outside linebacker, but not too shabby. This team looks decently solid. Just realized how much Kevin Byard regressed, so maybe a free safety in the future wouldn't be too bad to look into in the draft. So let's just go ahead, get straight into this draft. I believe we got an extra pick from the Chicago Bears, or from the Carolina Panthers, I should say. So again, really annoying that Madden hasn't fixed the draft class problem. I'm assuming that's been a problem for a long time, and EA just, I don't know, man. They just don't fix crap very easily. It just takes them forever. So let's get in this draft, and let's just get started. So like I said, I believe we have an extra pick from the Carolina Panthers in this one in the 2nd round, I think. So we are going to be picking at number 8 in this draft. So not bad. We'll have a really high pick. So let's go see what is available to us at number 8, and we could address whatever we feel like is the best potential need here. So we got a quarterback, which we're not taking, obviously. We got a right tackle. Okay. We got a right tackle. We got a right tackle. Looks like a lot of the talent is offensive lineman, which I don't think is the worst idea in the world here, is to draft an offensive lineman, because we draft Mark Strong here. We could move him around if we need to. We can move somebody to the right guard. We also have Eddie Stockton. So I'm going to look into these 2 guys. So we got A awareness. We got A pass block finesse, A run block finesse, A lead block. This man looks pretty solid. I'm going to take him. Screw it. Mark Strong, welcome to the Chicago Bears. That's going to upgrade our O-line even more. So I really like that pick to start things off. B-. He was ranked 32 in true value. He is hidden dev at least, so we do get a solid hidden dev right tackle, although we'll probably move him inside, to be honest with you. All right, let's go to our next pick. This should potentially be an early 2nd round pick if Carolina was bad. So yeah, 38 and 40, so we have 2 early seconds, which is nice. So let's go see if we can get anything else. So Drew Thorpe just goes, it looks like, at left tackle, or whatever that is at the top that the Patriots just took. All right, so we got wide receivers on the board. We got a safety and Jalen Downs. We got another safety. We got Cole Farmer, a running back. We don't need to take a running back, obviously. We got wide receivers. I would not mind adding to our safety room. That's not the worst thing in the world. I would like a D tackle ideally, but that's just not really on the board right now, unfortunately. So maybe we just draft Jalen Downs, C-man coverage, C-zone, A block shooting, A pursuit. It looks all right. I don't know if there's much of anything else, though, that I like on the board. Like, we could come down to Travis Calhoun as well, who's got, let's see, B tackle, B zone, B awareness, F kick return, which I don't care about. This guy looks a little bit better than the other guy we looked at, so I think I'm going to take Travis here instead of the other safety, and we'll see how that turns out for us. So Goodell at the podium. He was ranked number 17 true value, and you draft him at 38. So I think we did pretty solid there. Now, unfortunately, he's only normal dev, which sucks. I thought we, maybe had a home run there, but unfortunately not the case. So now we go to this other 2nd round pick where there's still a lot of guys on the board that I'm not really sure what I'm going to do with. But at number 40, we won't take another safety. We won't take a wide receiver. We won't take a running back. We could take a corner, but I think our quarterback room is fulfilled. And this is where we're at that kind of spot. I guess we could take a left outside linebacker that we've scouted quite a bit. Dominique Gore. Let's see what he's looking like. So B block shooting, B pursuit, B tackle. Not a coverage guy at all. F's across the board. So he looks like a good pass rusher, which I guess we can move him on the end of the D line. Yeah, screw it. I like him. We scouted him. He's got really solid grades as far as pass rushing is concerned. So we'll probably play him on the end, and he ends up being number 104 in true value. He's only normal development. So not bad, but not great either. So let's go to our, I didn't mean to pause the draft, whatever. Let's go to our next pick in the 3rd round. And let's see if we can do a little bit better. Probably the last pick I'll manage here. Let's go see what this ends up being in the round 3. Carlos Kitchen goes, so more wide receivers on the board. Man, I really wish Madden would let me download a damn draft class, because I know a little bit more about these college players than obviously these auto-generated dudes. Really unfortunate. But right outside linebacker, Jay Andrews. We got another safety, and we go J.C. Brooks, a middle linebacker. We could look at him. Let's see. So B pursue A zone coverage. I actually don't mind this, because what we could do with him is we could grab J.C. Brooks and then move him to left outside linebacker and kind of complete our linebackers. So I'm going to do this. J.C. Brooks, welcome. Looks like that was a solid, 47. He drives 72. So it looks like we did good. So we made up for the last pick. Not bad. I'm very happy with this draft. Hopefully my assistant GM takes care of the rest and does solid. Let's go look at our lineup going into season number 2. The lineup going into season number 2 looks pretty solid. We got Caleb Williams, of course, under center. We got DJ Moore, Roma Dunze, and Elijah Moore. So we're going to move Roma Dunze to the wide receiver 2. I'm going to play Elijah Moore in the slot, I think. And then we'll have Swift and Khalil Herbert as our running back rotation. We'll have Jones. We'll have Zeitler. We'll have Kelly. I'm going to start Mark Strong right away. And we got Wright and Cole Kmet and Gerald Everett, so not too shabby. On the defense side of the football, we drafted our linebacker round 3, and he will start right away. And he's a 75 overall right out of the gate, so not too shabby. We definitely need to get D tackles, man. That is a big problem right now. Free safety will probably have to be addressed in the future. Calhoun isn't bad as well, so I'm pretty solid, happy with that pick. And then the other guy I think we got in the 2nd round, he ends up being a 71 overall, so not too bad as well. So we're going to go ahead and simulate season number 2. So it looks like West Coast zone run is a 92% scheme fit. So we're going to run with that going into the season. And then base 4-3 is probably what I want to run. So we're just going to run with that. And then one other thing I need to look at before I simulate this season is Elijah Moore is not in the slot. So Dunze is actually playing in the slot. So I guess it doesn't really matter at this point. If Dunze is the slot wide receiver, I guess Elijah Moore could be the wide receiver too. Then that's not really going to affect anything. So Dunze will be the slot guy, and we'll see how this goes. But I'm hoping to make some progress this season, hoping to see a little bit of a breakout from Caleb Williams. And we maybe, I don't know if it's gonna happen, but it would be cool if we were a playoff team this year. So at the end of this one, we do go 9-8, but unfortunately it looks like we missed out on the playoffs, which really sucks. Would have loved to have seen ourselves in there, but looks like there were some other 9-8 teams, unfortunately for us, and we do not make it in. So yeah, we barely missed out. The Vikings edge us out in these playoffs, unfortunately. But if we take a look at the player stats, but it is exciting to see that we're over 500 at the very least. So offense was 22nd in the NFL. Not really where I want it to be just yet, but defensively we've been solid so far, 5th in the NFL. So Caleb Williams' interceptions come down, his touchdowns went up, so which is exactly what we want to see. DeAndre Swift, once again, 1,200 yards, 10 touchdowns. Receiving, Elijah Moore led the way, interesting enough, and then DJ Moore 900, and Dunze with only 525. So that needs to be fixed very quickly. I think we probably move Dunze to wide receiver 2 this year. I mean, I don't mind, like, playing in the slot is obviously beneficial as well, but for whatever reason in this scheme, it did not work for Dunze, and I want Dunze to get the ball more than that. Elijah Moore should not be getting the ball than Dunze. That's just not something I agree with. So not a bad season by any means, but we are now in the playoffs, which was the ultimate goal, so still somewhat of a failure. So let's get to the resigning stage. Let's go see who we get to resign, who we get to bring in. D-tackle is a huge issue right now. We definitely got to fix that, although our defense has been good. We got to, I mean, on offense, I like our offense quite a bit. Like, I like our, the wide receivers we got. It's just the offense has not been a top 15 offense at all. So might be something we need to figure out on how we could upgrade that. But let's start with the negotiated stage as always. So you do have $73 million in cap space. So I do want to bring back Jaquan Brisker. So I want to keep that around. So if we can get him to come back, that'd be fantastic. So he's going to stay. Brisker is going to stay. Same thing with Darnell Wright. We'll accept that 5th-year option. I do want TJ Edwards back as well. I think he's kind of a foundation of this defense. It's been solid. So if it ain't broke, don't fix it. If we get TJ Edwards come back, that's great. So we bring him back. Kyler Gordon and Braxton Jones, same thing. So we're going to try to keep these 2 guys around as well. So a lot of money is being spent this offseason, but we do have the money to use because obviously we do have to upgrade, I think, from our free safety, which is fine. And we'll bring back Kyler Gordon as well to keep this cornerback room nice and healthy. So boom. Okay, depth is looking good. Now, that leaves us with about $31 million in cap space to probably go try to sign a free safety and a D tackle. I'm fine with moving on from Gerald Everett, Kevin Byard as well. Nate Davis, I'm cool with moving on from as well. All right. Let's get a free agency, and let's hope this time we got some free agents we could sign that fit exactly what we need. I also want to go check on our rookies to kind of see if they developed into a superstar or whatever they may have developed into. Hopefully, our right guard, yes, he is a superstar, exactly what we kind of need on this O-line. So again, Odunze needs to start at that wide receiver 2 spot. I do not care. So looks like, Elijah Moore benefited off that. So we also have Tyler Scott, which I'm fine with. But yeah, this offense looks good. I guess Zeitler, maybe you could upgrade from him, but it's not the worst scenario. On the defense side of the football, you got no free safety, which I kind of, already said. Darrell Taylor's fine. Cornerback room, I think, is great. And then Montez Sweat, not to mention, went up to superstar. And so did our other third-round pick, which is fantastic. Love to see that. So now it's time to see if in free agency, free safety and D tackle is the number one priority here. We'll see if we can address that in this free agency class. So we got Mark Andrews. We got Charvarius Ward. We got Joe Thuney. Grabbing Joe Thuney as well as our left guard, upgrading from Zeitler, isn't the worst thing in the world either. And does have interest in coming over. He has no offers. So maybe we can go for him. Joel Batonio's here as well. Tyron Smith, Quincy Williams, Doffaway, Emerson. All right, so first free safety is Tyrann Mathieu. Now, unfortunately, Tyrann Mathieu is 34 years old. 34 years old at this point, if I could freaking speak. And then, yeah, safeties are not there. And D tackle, I assume I won't be here either. So DJ Reader, you got Kevin Givens. Like, man, this is just free agency classes I've noticed have been insanely weak, which sucks because I don't know, man. That's just unfortunate. So I guess we could sign, like, I don't know. Like, I don't really like any of these options, to be honest with you. Jordan Whitehead. I think I will sign Joe Thuney because it seems like this would upgrade our O-line, and I think that would make sense to do. So we're going to try to go for Joe Thuney. I don't really want anybody else in this free agency class low-key. So if Joe Thuney just signs right away, which he does, now I'm going to go see if I can free up even more money. I have yet to look at this just yet to kind of see who's making money on this team and see if I can cut anybody. So let's go see. So we could save $15 million by cutting DJ Moore. We're not going to do that. We could save, we just signed him, but I'm not going to cut him after that. I guess we could free up money by cutting Kevin Zeitler, which I probably will end up doing. So I think Zeitler would be the only cap casualty at this point. We are going to release Kevin Zeitler to free up $5 million. And I'm going to go try to get either a safety or a D tackle through a trade because I want to upgrade at least one of those positions and hope to hit on one of them in the draft. So never mind, we're not trading for anybody because I low-key kind of failed for every trade I attempted. So we are just going to instead go into this draft. Looked like there were some good D tackles in this draft, so I'm hoping we can hit on one of them. So we are going to be picking at 17. So we'll see what's available to us once we get to 17. Again, free safety, D tackle is kind of what we're looking for here. So I'm hoping to see one of those positions. So, of course, at our spot, we do have a strong safety on the board, which he doesn't look too bad if we reach down a little bit. So we have Atkinson. We come down, and we do have a D tackle, David Edmonds, which was the first one that I did see. So maybe what we could do is we could try to trade back into this round and grab one of them, or grab our D tackle as well. But I'm looking at Atkinson here, so let's see what we got. We got B hit power, B man coverage, B tackle. Already, I'd kind of like him. B man, B hit power, B tackle, B player recognition. I mean, I like him. We're gonna take him. So Donald Atkinson, A scouting report says A, I think. Hopefully that. Okay, so number 20 in true value, draft number 17, so not terrible. He is ahead in development safety, so I will take that. It could have been way worse. So I do want my D tackle. So I'm going to try to attempt to trade in to the second or to the first round here and try to get my D tackle at the end. So let's see if we can get like the Cowboys pick or something. So let's go, not trade block. I'm not worried about that. Trade finder. So let's say we can get the Cowboys 28th pick, I guess, like something along the lines of that. So 28. And let's say we give you our second round pick and our second next year, or I guess it would probably be a first, right? I mean, if you're getting well, it's a late first, so maybe I can get away with, trading like a second and a third to get into round one. They say no to that. All right, what if I offer my fourth and fifth in this draft as well? And the Colts just drafted extremely well. All right, And then maybe I have to give up my second next year as well. So we don't have to give up a first, but we give up a second, 2 seconds maybe for a first. Let's see. They don't agree to that. If I add a fourth and a fifth, I think they might say yes to this. They do agree. Okay, so we're going to be picking at 28 now to trade in this draft. I'm hoping to get a D tackle at the end. Hopefully it ends up being worth it. So the D tackle that I wanted actually goes earlier, which actually just sucks. But this is the risk you take when you trade in. But we do have one, I guess, on the board still. So I'm looking at Jalen Scandrick here and hoping he is a stud. So B finesse move, C power move, C block shedding, A player ignition. He doesn't look terrible. I traded in to get somebody, and we're going to walk away and hope to feel happy. So number 30 true value, draft him at 28. He's only normal dev, which sucks. I would have loved a hidden development D tackle. I wanted the other guy that the 49ers took, but at the end of the day, we get our D tackle, we get our safety. So we'll live with the results. And now we get to pick, I believe, in round 3 is the next time we pick. So yeah, so a 3rd round pick. Let's just make one last pick here, and let's see who we end up getting. So we got a wide receiver on the board, which I don't mind taking another. We do have another free safety if we wanted to take another safety here. So we got JC Cheeks on the board. So we got D-man, D-zone, D. I don't like that at all. What about this wide receiver? Let's take a look at him. So B, deep route, D release, C spec catch. He looks okay. Nothing to be excited about. This is a round 3 pick, though. Got to keep that in mind. Sharpton. We got a speed rusher, which I wouldn't mind upgrading our pass rush. You can never have enough pass rush. B tackle, D zone, F man coverage, but obviously we're not worried about that. C power moves. You know, at the end of the day, I'm just going to go ahead and take this wide receiver at the top. Bring him in. Hopefully he ends up being a solid piece in the future. I don't know if I'll... he was drafted him at number 81. He's on a normal dev, but whatever. He's our pick. We'll live with it. And now let's get into next season. So to me, there's a lot to like when it comes to this team. Of course, I already mentioned we'll be starting Rome Odunze at wide receiver 2 this year, and Elijah Moore will be the slot, because it just seemed like, you know, Elijah Moore benefited a lot more than, you know, Odunze did, which we do not like. Gil Williams to the quarterback. Running back rotation is still the same. Offense is basically the same thing, other than we grab Joe Thuney rather than just starting Kevin Zeitler again. Okay, so free safety, of course, we're going to move one of these guys over to free safety. So the D tackle we got ends up being a 74 overall, so not too bad. Could be worse. So Jervin Dexter and Scandrick isn't bad. I'll absolutely be okay with that. And then it looks like, so Calhoun we can move to free safety, or actually we're going to move this guy to free safety. We're going to move Donald Atkinson to free safety. He'll play free safety for us this year, and that is what we'll roll with. So let's move this man to free safety. Grabbed our free safety. I feel all right about it. And then what about the wide receiver we drafted? So the wide receiver drafted ended up being a 70 overall, so he's probably not going to play very much. On the defense side of the football, Atkinson moves over. All right, I can rock with this. We're going to go ahead. Defense has been good, so I'm not really worried about them. I'm just hoping the offense finally, you know, maybe becomes like a top 15 offense. We'll see if that ends up happening. Last but certainly not least, as I mentioned, so Elijah Moore is in fact a slot wide receiver. I agree with that. Odunze will be the wide receiver 2. So we'll move him to wide receiver 2. And boom, that will be what we run with this season. So hoping to be a playoff team this year. I don't see why we wouldn't be. Let's see if that ends up happening. So at the end of year number 3, we finally find ourselves in the playoffs. We were very close last year, but this year we actually make it in at 11-6. Looks like we also won our division because we do have a home playoff game, which is fantastic. Let's go take a look at this offense and defense. So offensively, finally a little bit better than what we've been throughout the video. And on defense, I assume, yeah, so defense has been great throughout the video. That's awesome. So Caleb Williams with 26 touchdowns, 9 interceptions. Yeah, DeAndre Swift with 1,100 yards, 342 as well from Caleb Williams with 8 rushing touchdowns. Receiving, Odunze finally doing exactly what I wanted to do, 1,000 yards. DJ Moore with only 800, 837 from Elijah Moore, 600 from Cole Kmet, and 300 from DeAndre Swift. Not too shabby. On the defense side of football, we had 10 sacks from Jalen Scandrick, who we just drafted. That's fantastic. Love that. Montez Sweat, 10 sacks as well. Darrell Taylor with 4, and then 2.5 from Jervin Dexter. Interceptions, 7 from Jalen Johnson. What a season for him. Love that. 4 from Tremaine Edmonds, 3 from Edwards, and 3 from Rasul Douglas. Okay. It is now time to jump into our very first playoff game in the video. Caleb Williams' first playoff game. Get the Bears at home. Hopefully, or not the Bears at home. We get to play the Giants at home. Hopefully, we can take them down. So I've accepted the 5th-year option on both Caleb Williams and Odunze. To me, that's a no-brainer. Swift also bringing him back is a no-brainer. He's been a great rusher throughout the video. He's 28 years old, so bring him back. So that's great. We got Tyreek Stevenson and Tremaine Edmonds as free agents as well. Tremaine Edmonds is also up to an 86 overall. We unlock an achievement. So I'm basically just hoping to re-sign everybody. The main thing here is to just kind of run this bad boy back. So if we can get Tyreek Stevenson back, which we are, no, he's going to test free agency. We're not going to franchise tag him. Jervin Dexter, also free agent. I do have interest in bringing him back. But if we don't get him back, it sucks, but it is what it is. So Rasul Douglas, I think I'm going to move on from him. So I guess at this point, the only thing there is to do is to go into free agency. It looks like we're going to need another corner, and D-tackle probably still remains a problem for us. So I do want to look at our lineup fairly quickly before we head into this free agency, though. So we're going in with quite a bit of cap space still, which is nice. This is the last year with Caleb Williams not making a ton of money, so we got to take advantage. So it looks like our guard did retire on us, so that becomes a need as well. I'll have to look into that, but outside of that, nothing I really want on the offense. So defense, corner, and D-tackle is exactly what we kind of need, so that is exactly what we'll be looking for. So a guard, D-tackle, and corner now. So let's go see if we get at least one of those two addressed, or at least three. So Aiden Hutchinson would obviously be fantastic. Ryan Branch, where were you when we needed you earlier? Ryan Ramczyk, Joe Thuney is here. Oh, I guess I just gave him a 1-year deal, so he didn't retire on us. He just didn't come back. Okay. So what do we got? We got a D-tackle. We do have Tyreek Stevenson out here, so we could just bring him back at the end of the day. The D-tackle I don't think is existent here. So we got O.C. Dugazua, or however you say his name, Mozzie Smith, or we could just bring back Jervin Dexter. I'm just going to go for Mozzie Smith to start this one. So sign Mozzie Smith, potentially, just a little bit younger. Or I guess he's not really that much younger than Jervin Dexter, but he is star development, but we're not going to be able to get him. So maybe I just bring back Jervin Dexter, retain him since, you know, we've been good with him on the team. So we'll try to grab him. Corner, let's see what... So we got Tyreek Stevenson, who's the best corner available. We got Brandon Stevens. So I guess at this point, it might be in our best interest to just retain Tyreek Stevenson as well. So far, we're just going to be retaining guys, which, again, is not the worst thing, unless he decides not to come back. And then D-tackle is what we did. Or no, we went for Jervin Dexter. So guard was the other thing we needed. So Joe Thuney, who just played with us, might just be in our best interest to bring him back. So maybe we're just going to re-sign everybody and not get anybody new. But at the end of the day, you know, that's better than losing people. So I don't know if we'll get Tyreek Stevenson to come back, though, it looks like. So we'll see if he does decide to come back to Chicago. So he is going to come back. Does Jervin Dexter do the same thing? He does. So we bring back everybody. That leaves us with $11 million in cap space. But I don't think we'll doing it. I honestly, I'm probably going to let the assistant GM take care of the draft. I'm just interested in going straight into next season. I feel like we're right on the verge of being right there. So I'm just going to go straight into next season, and we'll hope that we make it farther than we just did. We've made strides. Now it's time to figure out if these strides have been perfected to where we need them to be. So at the end of this one, we do end up once again as a playoff team. This time we welcome our division rivals, the Green Bay Packers, into our first round wild card game. So let's take a look at our player stats in general. So offense was second in the NFL this year, so that's great to see. Defensively, we were 15th in the NFL. So offense being that great is obviously what we love to see. Swift, 1,100 yards. Adunze, what a season for him. 1,400 yards, 900 yards from DJ Moore. On the defense side of the football, take a look at that. So you had 9 sacks from Jalen Scandrick, so he's been fantastic. I think trading up for him was well worth it. 3 from Tyreek Stevenson, 2 from Edwards, 2 from Brisker, 2 from Tremaine Edmonds, 2 from Jalen Johnson. So without further ado, no matter what happens here, we're going to end on this note. So we're going to jump into this first playoff game against the Green Bay Packers here, and we're going to find out if we are good enough to beat our division rival. It is Jordan Love coming to town. Jordan Love's a damn good QB. We're second in offense, though, so hopefully we can put up a bunch of points at home to take down our fellow division rivals here. They were 11-6. This is a snowy game, and we're going to go up 7-0 to start the game. Defense is going to allow a touchdown the other way, though. We're going to score the other way. Defense, we need you to hold up, and they are not going to. So far, we got a high-scoring affair. Defense finally going to stop? No defense is stopping anyone so far. The Packers are going to go up 3, and they are going to go up 2 possessions because they had the ball back-to-back, and I think that might be all she wrote for us. So it looks like we're not going to win a playoff game with Caleb Williams, unfortunately, and we're going to be down pretty horrendous here, 42-21. So unfortunately for us, the team we put together I felt pretty good about, but at the end of the day, it was not meant to be. So I'm just going to come out here and play this out a little bit. So let's see if I can get Adunze the ball here. So I'm going to feed Adunze, and we're going to have a nice start. So Caleb Williams throwing 2 interceptions here does not help anybody's case, of course. All right. So losing in Green Bay never feels good, especially at home in a playoff game. We got DJ Moore and Dunze on the left side, Elijah Moore in the middle. Let's see if I can get anything going here. So I'm going to get sacked. I did have DJ Moore look like he was about to get open. So I'm going to go to PA crossers and see if we can hit one of them. I'm going to look at DJ Moore again this time and see if we can hit him. See if we can get this ball off. I'm going to go to... I don't even get the ball off. I got hit right away. So before I could even look at DJ Moore, we got hit. All right, I'm just going to go back to verticals. We're running the same exact play back. I'll look for a Dunze up the seam. Let's see if we can get him. I don't think he'll be there. All right, I'm just going to go to DJ Moore and hope for the best. DJ Moore, one-on-one. You come down with it. He does not. It's 4th and 15. I mean, we lost the game no matter what, so it doesn't really matter at the end of the day if we, complete anything here. It's not like a high-stake situation. Let's just see if I can come away with the first down. I think no, we do not have Cole Kmet. I was going to try to hit him earlier, but that'll be all she wrote, guys. We are going to lose in embarrassing fashion to the Green Bay Packers at home. It was looking good there as well. We start off very hot and on offense, but unfortunately fall short of our goal. So Packers continue to own the Bears in Madden, I guess. Hope you guys enjoyed the video regardless, not ending off with a Super Bowl today. We did get one in the Broncos video, funny enough, but for the Bears and the Panthers, did not happen at all. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you on the next one. This is Crushables. I'm saying peace. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you click here to watch another video that I know you'll love.